Mammography is one of the best screening tools to find breast cancer.
Breast cancer may not be preventable, but you can survive it through early detection. If you're a mother or grandmother, sister or best friend,
aunt or cousin,
we encourage you to know your risk, make healthy lifestyle choices, and to know what's normal for your body.
Get screened, get your mammogram annually.
We did!
The Prime Minister urges Renward Wells to speak the truth. The Deputy Prime Minister says he didn't accept web shop donations. One F&M MP may vote no to one of the referendum bills. Plus, Shakespeare in Paradise begins. We've got those stories and a whole lot more coming up tonight. I'm Dana Smith, and NB12 starts now. Topping news tonight, Prime Minister Perry Christie has urged Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Works, Renward Wells, to speak and speak the truth regarding the controversial letter of intent he signed back in July and not let others seek to denigrate him. Christie said he will also address the LOI matter in its entirety in time. Kyle Joaquin reports.
It appears as though Prime Minister Christie may be trying to bring an end to the controversy surrounding the unauthorized signing of that letter of intent by Ministry of Works Parliamentary Secretary Renward Wells. Christie said he hopes that when the House meets next, Wells would address the matter and speak the truth. Prime Minister Perry Christie took to the floor of Parliament last evening and advised Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Works, Renward Wells, to speak up on the letter of intent controversy that has dragged on for months. Last week, Christie revealed that he had invited Wells to speak to the nation on the document he signed with Stellar Waste to Energy in July without cabinet approval. The LOI was for a $650 million waste-to-energy plant at the New Providence landfill. Christie urged Wells to speak the truth about the matter, adding that he should not let Fort Charlotte MP Dr. Andre Rollins denigrate him.
I told him in the presence of the Member of Parliament downstairs he should not let a Member of Parliament speak in such a way where he's able to denigrate what he is and by implication, question his integrity and question mine at the same time. Speak. And speak truth. That's what I told him to do, because, Mr. Speaker, when it is my time to act, even with respect to that member knows I will act, and he knows exactly what I'm going to do. But he knows exactly what I am doing now. And it has to do with the national interest of the country.
To date, Wells has remained silent on the LOI affair, even after Rollins suggested that the Bambootown MP is being used as a pawn. The opposition has also demanded answers. On Thursday, Montague MP Richard Lightbourne told Parliament that while the Prime Minister stands by and does nothing, the LOI controversy is embarrassing to the country. However, Christie defended his handling of the matter.
Do not fear, Member for Montague, of my capacity to understand what I'm doing and to make the decisions with respect to the portfolio of Prime Minister that I have the responsibility for.
Christie also responded to Rollins' claims that there is a power struggle within the Progressive Liberal Party, with some determined to remove him from the leadership post.
Every single member of the Progressive Liberal Party would understand the process it would take to move me from the leadership, Mr. Speaker, and we are a democracy, and we have a democratic understanding, Mr. Speaker. And I would have thought, Mr. Speaker, that as every man is entitled to make his observations, every man is entitled to see what he sees, Mr. Speaker, let me just assure you, Mr. Speaker, I am not going to march to the drum of any other drummer than myself. That's the first one.
Yeah. Reporting for NB12, I'm Kyle Joaquin.
Deputy Prime Minister Philip Brave Davis says he did not accept financial donations from web shop bosses in the 2012 general election. He was responding to Pastor Lyle Bethel, who questioned whether Davis, the Prime Minister, or the PLP accepted donations from web shops after Davis suggested that church leaders accept benefits from number bosses. Vonnie Toot reports.
Deputy Prime Minister Philip Davis has dismissed as groundless and erroneous the suggestion he attacked religious leaders. He was responding to Pastor Lyle Bethel, who said Davis should beg forgiveness and apologize to the church community after he questioned whether church leaders accept money from web shop bosses. Davis also responded to Pastors Alan Lee, Cedric Moss, and Bethel, who called on him and Prime Minister Perry Christie to go on record and tell the Bahamian people whether they personally or their party received financial donations or other benefits from any of the web shops or the people who run them.
Not from web shops.
During his contribution to last month's debate on the gaming bill, Davis questioned whether the pastors who preach about the wrongs of gambling have accounts or accept benefits from numbers bosses.
I don't think Mr. Pastor Bethel quite knows me, and I don't know that I quite know him. Suffice it to say, the predicate upon which he's asked for those two things is groundless, because he has taken a view of things that I've said, and the view that he took on it, I think, is erroneous.
He said he asked himself those questions after learning that pastors wore black in the House of Assembly when the gaming bill was tabled to mourn what they called the death of democracy. Well, Pastor Lyle Bethel called those comments foolish, ungracious, and inappropriate. However, Davis suggested he also felt attacked.
They wished and predicted doom on me as a legislator because I was going to vote for, or I'm voting for, that gaming bill. As pastors, that's what they were doing. They wished and predicted doom upon me and others. And so I just wondered whether, as gospelers, they were not trespassing upon things that might have been of Caesar.
The Deputy Prime Minister says he simply asked questions that others have asked, but he says in no way did he attack the church. Davis says Lyle Bethel isn't the only church leader who has taken issue with his comments, though.
Other persons of the clergy raised the matter with me. A number of them wrote to me by email, and because they got that same impression, and when I explained to them, basically in the same terms I now explained to you, why I did that, and that I did not, in fact, attack the church.
As for Bethel's call for Davis to beg forgiveness, the DPM says he does that in church every Sunday. Reporting for NB12, I'm Vonique Toot.
Prime Minister Perry Christie also addressed the matter in the House of Assembly on Thursday night. He said he takes full responsibility for his position on gaming.
So you would appreciate, therefore, when I sit and I listen to people who speak, I respect them, Mr. Speaker. I have some personal recollections with one or two of them. I respect them for what they believe in. But I have to use the old biblical admonition, the devil is a liar, Mr. Speaker, if they're going to question my personal integrity when it comes to this. I ask the question, what do you think these people, for what this government has done, what will they have to pay someone like me if this is a payback? For politics?
Christie said when he met with pastors, they said they understood government's position and told officials to move ahead. Free National Movement MP Hubert Chipman says there is a definite possibility that he may vote against the fourth constitutional amendment bill next week, despite assurances from opposition leader Dr. Hubert Minnis that his parliamentary team will support the amended bills. Chipman says during a constituency meeting on Monday, most of his constituents expressed concern about the fourth bill, which seeks to end discrimination based on sex. He says if they don't want him to support the bill, he probably won't.
That's a definite possibility, but I haven't come to that conclusion yet. It is a definite I have to listen to the people who send me to Parliament. I have to listen to the voice of St. Anne's. I am the voice of St. Anne's. I'm just basically communicating their desires.
MPs from both sides have raised concerns about the fourth bill, which some people fear will pave the way for same-sex marriage. The bills were put into committee and amended to address such concerns. However, Chipman says there are still a lot of questions regarding that bill.
I don't think they have a problem with the first three bills, but I think bill number 4, I'm hearing a lot of drawback as far as number 4 is concerned, and they asked me at the particular time what is the F&M is going to do. And I told him that we were going to have a meeting, and then it will be my call. The whip, in my humble opinion, I don't think will be on, so I think one would have to just vote their conscience.
Chipman says he also has concerns about the bill even after government proposed to amend it to add the definition of the word sex.
Bill number 4 needs to be reworded. I think they have done some rewording, but I'm still not satisfied with the wording. I think the word at birth should be added to as far as sex is concerned. I think that's just something that I feel kind of strongly about.
The Deputy Prime Minister said on Monday that MPs could vote on the bill as early as this week. However, Chipman says Prime Minister Christie has indicated that will likely happen on Monday. From the courts, the men who police believe shot and killed 23-year-old George Nixon in August were arraigned in a magistrate's court today. 23-year-old Elandro Missick of Kingston Street and 24-year-old Mario Brown of Wilson Track were charged with murder and conspiracy to commit murder. Nixon, who was recently released from Her Majesty's prison, was killed on Lyon Road on August 21st. Police said 2 gunmen cornered the 23-year-old behind a convenience store. Nixon was found face up on the ground. Missick and Brown were not required to enter a plea. Magistrate Samuel McKinney said the matter would proceed by way of a voluntary bill of indictment. The VBI will be presented on November 17th, and the matter will be transferred to Court 9. Missick and Brown were represented by Roger Gomez Jr. They were remanded to prison. 32-year-old Jarvis Burrows was charged in late August with abetment to Nixon's murder. When NB12 returns, the teachers union concerned about teacher shortages on the Family Islands. So stay with us.